So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a hidden pattern. It's this universal secret that connects some of the most complex systems we know. And the crazy part is, it's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Once you see it, you'll start to see it absolutely everywhere. Okay, let's jump right in. I want you to look at three things that seem, well, completely unrelated. On the surface, they're from totally different worlds. We're talking artificial intelligence, engineering, and neuroscience. But I want you to hold this one question in your head as we go. What's the deep, hidden connection here? First up, AI. Just picture a neural network trying to figure out what a cat looks like. It makes a guess. It's wrong, and then it adjusts millions of its own tiny internal knobs and switches. That whole process is called backpropagation. It's this wild dance of information flowing forwards with a guess and then backwards with a correction. Okay, next, let's talk about self-regulating systems. Now, I know cybernetic systems sound super complicated, but it can be as simple as the thermostat in your house, keeping the room at just the right temperature. Or it can be as huge as an entire ecosystem keeping itself in check. The key is this idea of constant feedback loops, all working to maintain a perfect balance. And finally, our own brains. Your brain is, at its core, a prediction machine. Seriously. It's constantly soaking up data from the world around you and using everything it's ever learned to guess what's going to happen next. That process can be modeled with stuff like Bayesian inference. Seems like it's a million miles away from a thermostat or an AI, doesn't it? So, what is it? What's the answer? What's the big secret connection? Well, it's not a thing, it's a new way of seeing. It's about looking at all these systems through a very special kind of lens, one that only cares about how data flows. And that lens has a name, Profunctor Optics. Now, don't let the name scare you off. Yeah, it comes from a pretty advanced field of math called category theory. But its job is actually super simple. It gives us a clear, powerful way to map out how information actually moves and changes. Think of it exactly like this. You put on a pair of night vision goggles, and bam, suddenly you can see this whole other world that was always there, but was totally invisible to you before. Profunctor Optics is just like that, but for information. It lets us see the hidden architecture in the way data flows through a system. So, how do these goggles actually work? To get that, we need to talk about one incredibly powerful idea. It's really at the heart of all modern engineering and science. It's the secret sauce for building pretty much anything complex. And that big idea is compositionality. It's the principle that you can build and understand ridiculously complex things just by understanding their simple parts and the rules for how those parts fit together. It's our #1 weapon for taming complexity. You know, I call this the Lego principle, and it just illustrates it perfectly. You don't have to know how to build a spaceship from nothing. All you need to do is understand the different kinds of bricks and know how they snap together. With just those simple parts and simple rules, you can build anything. Profunctor Optics uses this exact same logic for information. Okay, so we have our lens, that's Profunctor Optics, and we have our guiding principle, compositionality. With just those two tools, we can finally solve the mystery we started with. What this lens shows us has been called, and this is a quote, a profound secret of modern science. And that's not an exaggeration, because it reveals that things we thought were totally different are, at a deep structural level, actually shockingly similar. So here it is. This is the answer to our puzzle. When you look through the Profunctor Optics lens, you see that all three of these systems, the AI that's learning, the thermostat that's self-regulating, and the brain that's predicting, they all share the exact same abstract shape for how information moves. Backpropagation, feedback loops, Bayesian prediction, they're all just different dialects of the same fundamental language of data flow. Now, this is way more than just a cool fact for a trivia night. This discovery has some deep, real-world implications. So the big question is, what does having this new tool actually let us do? Why does this matter to us? Well, for starters, it gives us an incredible new way to manage and engineer complexity itself. It's like a universal language for data flow that works across totally different fields of science. And by understanding that universal structure, we get new predictive powers over these systems. But maybe most importantly, it gives us a beautiful, elegant framework for building the next generation of complex, intelligent systems way more effectively. And all that leaves us with this one fascinating final thought. We've just seen that this single pattern connects machines that learn, systems that balance, and brains that predict. So the question is, what else is out there?
What other parts of our world, from global economies to social networks, are secretly playing by these exact same rules, just waiting for us to finally see them through this lens?